Chukil Gake Vlakith Mazathok. Can you feel it crawling through you? Tendrils squirming in your chest, gripping your heart, piercing your belly. Your bones popping, your flesh swelling. I can. I see it in you. I feel it in me. We are lost.
You think that you're sick? That you're dying? Are you afraid?
What I saw surpassed the vivid. The voice was too true, the touch too tantalizing. I can tell you felt the same.
You don't sleep well, flitting between dreams and nightmares. Maybe you wake up because you know something is wrong. Or maybe you just get lucky.
You were a fool to invite the Gake into our minds. Have you so little respect?
Take one. Dragon's breath brandy. Puts hair on your bones.
No, I won't kill them. Well, maybe Wyll. I can't. I won't. No! Stop! Let me go! Hello.
Lads, for the love of all that is holy, I've never clapped eyes on your poor sister.
No, look up. That was your last chance, Istik. Now burn!
Strange. It looks healthy, but it's stone dead.
The pig's dead, my friend. Staring at it won't bring it back. Come on. We'll never fix these brainworms if we stop and gawk at every piece of carrion you find.
The boar seems to be fresh, only a few hours dead. Examining the corpse, you see 2 small puncture wounds in its neck.
And is it dead enough for you? It's been drained of blood with wounds in its neck. It's been killed by a vampire. I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to worry you. They are ferocious creatures. But don't worry, I'll keep watch tonight. We won't have to worry about nocturnal visitors. Now please, let's go.
People up ahead. Something's wrong.
Hang on, Ed. You're going to be all right. You're a true soul. You can't die. Please, stay with us.
I don't think he's conscious. Can you hear us, Ed?
You, not a step closer.
A strange symbol glows, marked on their flesh, and something within you stirs in response.
I'm so sorry. It's our brother, True Soul Edowin. He's injured and I wasn't thinking.
A shiver runs across your mind. You feel sated. The injured man locks eyes with you. The parasite writhes in your head. Your minds intertwine. You see his siblings, Andric and Brinna. New recruits. Yours to shepherd.
Protect them. Mind the true soul. She will... She...
Edwin! Ed! Please!
He's with the Absolute now.
A true soul. Thank the Absolute. Edwin, our brother, he was chosen, like you.
Do you have orders for us? We were reporting to Edowin.
What? Are you testing us?
A true soul, like you, has been chosen by the Absolute. You speak with her voice. Your words are her command. She grants you the power to enforce her will. And when the time comes, the true souls, you will rule.
Pah! I will serve at no ruler's side but my queen's.
I'm sorry, true soul. I only repeated what I thought I knew. It seems the Absolute still has a great deal to teach me. I don't know any druids. We know that all too well, ma'am, but the Absolute sent us here.
We're looking for fugitives, survivors from that ship that crashed farther west of here. An Owlbear. It had him on the ground before we had a chance to react. We managed to drag him away, but the beast's claws had already done their work. I told Edwin not to look in that cave. It was filthy with Owlbear tracks. What?
It killed one of us. It killed Edowin. It's an enemy of the Absolute. You're right, madam. The beast must be destroyed.
The cave is just ahead. It was too much for us before, but if you could help us, True Soul, we may stand a chance.
They spoke of the Absolute, same as that goblin Sazza. Curious. Sounds like trouble.
Did you feel that? It wasn't us doing the talking. There was a power behind the words. The parasite. We spoke, but it commanded. Yes. For all we know, indulging in this power will just hasten our infection spread. But we'll need to balance risk against reward. Any delay could be our last.
The man is dead, but something shifts beneath his features. A glistening tadpole emerges, slithering up past a sightless eyeball. The same as the creature behind your eye. One squeeze should do it, but you stop short. How could you think of harming something so beautiful, so pure? The tadpole plops to the ground. Now is your chance to stomp it into the dirt. But it's too precious, too sweet, isn't it? Intention zips from your mind to your heel. You crush the tadpole into the ground and fight off the well of sorrow swelling in your chest.
This so-called true soul carried a tadpole. Their Absolute is no god. It is a Ghaik deception sown by the parasites devouring their minds. That such a thing lives inside me is unbearable. A horror, and an unconventional one at that. Shared delusion is not a typical symptom. The Mind Flayers have a plan for these true souls, which means they've a plan for us.
The twilight is darker than expected. Moisture drips down your forehead. Pain shoots through your fingers. The ache builds as you squeeze your hands together. Were your fingers always so thick? Your skin always so sticky?
Chukil Gake Vlakith Mazathok! Can you feel it crawling through you? Tendrils squirming in your chest, gripping your heart, piercing your belly. Your bones popping, your flesh swelling. I can. I see it in you. I feel it in me. We are lost. I will be quick with my blade. First you, then the others, then myself.
Your minds intertwine. You sense a touch of uncertainty, a touch of disgust. Something stirs deep within you, hungry and alert. It's taking something you'll never get back. Lae'zel's fear grips you. Not fear of death, but fear of insignificance. The great warrior Lae'zel, a failure to her kind. She will wield no silver sword, ride no red dragon, forever unknown to the great Lich Queen Vlakith.
I will not let the Geich take me. I will earn Vlakith's honor. I will wait. But know this, I am watching. If the sickness does not pass come dawn, I will end us all.
It feels like we packed 3 days into one today. I'm exhausted. That was always a risk with her. I'm not even sure you can blame the tadpoles for that. Get some rest, but keep an eye on her.
A shiver racks your body. It takes a moment for Wyll to come into focus.
You've got wits of white steel. Can't say I'm not impressed. All we can do now is see what the morrow brings.
Your head swims with the slightest motion, and your legs feel heavy as iron.
I reckon come dawn, we'll be right as rainbows.
Leave me alone! You're not the one I need to talk to. If I can just contact Raphael, if I can make a deal. How does one summon a devil? Candles and trails. There has to be a way.
Oh, what a night. What a godstab. Blood. That's a pretty sight. So give it to me straight. How do I look? Thanks. That's what I thought. You don't look so hot either, I might add. And neither do the others. So either the fish we had was bad, or it might just be happening. So I shall, and dream the dreams of denial.
Chosen, let me come to you. I can help you. But I'm already here. You frown in your sleep. There must be so much on your mind.
Her fingers are warm against your cheek, softer than expected.
You think that you're sick, that you're dying. Are you afraid? You're so close to power. Right on the cusp. Yet still a shadow of what you will become. Come now. I'll make you feel better. Let yourself go. Lean back. Why are you fighting me? I'm here to help you.
The urge for violence lingers. You could push her again. You could cause so much pain.
Well, if you want to wait, I'll wait. But I do have a parting gift.
Good morning. And it truly is, isn't it? A very, very good morning. Do you feel as chipper as I do? The night brings counsel, or so the saying goes. But last night had quite a bit more in store, wouldn't you agree? How's that for feeling better? That's because there's so much to ask. There's a glow about you, no doubt about me too. We feel startlingly well. And yet there's a certain look in your eyes, the far-off distance of a haunting. Which begs yet another question. Did you too have such puzzling dreams? Surely not the only adjective that springs to mind. What I saw surpassed the vivid. The voice was too true, the touch too tantalizing. I can tell you felt the same. Sought out in the night by... what? An illusion? Or a promise? And you consider that to be delightful? Let's agree that at the very least, there was the lure of a promise. The touch, the kiss, the everything. Did you relent or resist? Then you're stronger than me. It was an expert, this apparition. First the seduction, then the spurning, then that teasing souvenir. You're not ready. I will return when you are. That's what I was promised. We have some restless nights ahead of us.
Something tells me I know what you two were talking about. Both feeling better than you did last night, yes? Not even just that. I awoke with new... I don't know... powers. It was the same for you, wasn't it? The good health, the power, the dreams. It's all right. You can trust me. Tell me what you saw, what you felt. So did I. What were they like? Whoever came to you in the dream? Different from mine in some ways, but the same in all the senses that matter. I dreamt of someone I'm very attracted to. There was a promise of power. I had exactly the same dream when aboard the Mind Flayer ship. Don't you think that's suspicious? I'm glad we're of the same mind. If this happens again, let me know. We can't take anything for granted, especially when it's to do with what's going on up here.
My blood is cleansed, my muscles still. I have been shown new might to tug foe and fiend into reach. Damn it all!
Having fun telling everyone about your naughty little dreams, are you? I had the same dream, of course. Very Enticing.
Well, look at you. Fit as a fox and twice as eager. I feel it too. Not just renewed, but improved. New talents aching for release.
You feel the quake of its heavy footsteps before you see it. An owlbear, its beaked face looming out of the darkness.
Amicus animalis.
On the move. Got to keep fighting.
No holding back.
Nothing important is ever easy.
No! What did you do?
Still on my feet. Think you can take me on?
Talk to me.
Still alive, so that's progress.
The cub looks from you to his dead mother.
Wake. Hungry.
A single strike will end his suffering.
Hungry. Food.
You watch speechless as the cub begins to eat his mother.
Dethra! Let's just say not all is right, but that goes for all of us. It's getting late. I think I'll turn in. Perhaps some sleep will do me good. Isn't that advice for couples? The only one I'm angry with is myself. Please, just let it rest. Very well. Just now I was trying to cast a spell I once cast with ease, but I failed. You see, this fire, there was a time that I could make it come alive, that it would take the shape of a dragon and roar in delight. There was a time I could silence a beholder with a word and lift a tower from its foundations with a flourish. There was a time I was all but one with the weave. But no more. A mere shadow of the wizard I used to be. Why? Because I've lost. I've lost. An apt enough observation. I've lost Mistra. I sought to impress her personally, to turn the eyes of my muse upon me, to win favor of a goddess. But I failed, and all I invoked was death and dismissal. My death, her dismissal. Thank you. You're a good friend. I often think of that moment we shared together. One under the weave. I hope you think about it too.
You don't sleep well, flitting between dreams and nightmares. Maybe you wake up because you know something is wrong. Or maybe you just get lucky.
Shit. You! I wasn't going to hurt you. I just needed, well, blood.
There, in dim firelight, you see him for what he really is. A vampire. A slave to sanguine hunger.
What are you... Oh, no. There's no need for that. I've never killed anyone. Well, not for food. I feed on animals. Boars. Deer. Kobolds. Whatever I can get. But it's not enough. Not if I have to fight. I feel so... weak. If I just had a little blood, I could think clearer. Fight better. Please. What's this? What's happening?
Your mind lurches, reeling suddenly as if bitten. His mind opens up, revealing cracked and quivering memories. At their heart, you see dark eyes commanding you to feed. You open your mouth and bite down, not into a tender neck, but into the twisting body of a rat. The only thing your master lets you eat.
Yes. Yes, I ate whatever disgusting vermin my master picked, so you can see why I'm slow to trust you. But I do trust you. And you can trust me. Because we don't have a choice. Not if we're going to save ourselves from these worms. I need you alive. You need me strong. Please, only be a taste, I swear. I'll be well, you'll be fine. And everything can go back to normal. Ah, of course. I shall be gentle as a babe. Let's make ourselves comfortable, shall we?
It's like a shard of ice into your neck. A quick, sharp pain that fades to throbbing numbness. Your breath catches. Your pulse quickens.
That was amazing. My mind is finally clear. I feel strong. I feel happy. Shouldn't take long. So many people need killing. Now, if you'll excuse me, you're invigorating, but I need something more filling. Good morning. How do you feel? Be grateful I'm not a true vampire, then. A bite from them and you might wake up as a vampire spawn, like my good self. All of a vampire's hunger, but few of their powers. Oh, I've no idea. For 200 years, the sun would have turned me to cinders, until the crash when I woke up bathed in its light. Someone, or something, wants me alive. They've changed the rules. Some of the rules, at least. Running water still burns like acid, and I don't know if I need an invitation to enter a house. As for my other quirks, well, we can figure those out in time. Oh, you're such a sweetheart. I'm just glad you're being sensible about these revelations. I was worried people might turn up with torches and pitchforks. Although there's still time.
A vampire? Well, that explains the pallor. Given our group's nature, I don't see much harm. We're each monsters in the making, after all.
For his sake, he best not develop an appetite for Githyanki.
She's not wrong. We're bound together, no matter what comes.
Maybe we could get him to wear a bell, dissuade any nighttime prowling.
There now. We're all friends again. Shall we go? There's a long day ahead of us.
How can I help? The weave is still here. All around us. Inside of us, too. As long as the goddess lives, magic is a tangible thing for those who know how to touch. I've studied magic for many years, and in as many ways I am still a more than capable wizard. It's just that I am no longer able to perform those feats even arch-wizards would marvel at. To have one hand on the pulse of divinity. You have to remember that the weave is a living thing, both the embodiment and the extension of Mystra herself. She can give, and she can take away. I'm afraid I'm still very much on her naughty list. Do you? So do I. You see, I'm not a big believer in fate, but I do believe in serendipity. Life is a tempest of events that sometimes we brace against, and sometimes embrace. You're one such event that, one day soon perhaps, I'd like to embrace.
There you are, my friend. I have drunk, not alcohol, of course, a bear. He took a little of my blood. I took all of his. You're comparing plonk to vintage wine. You can make merry with either, but they're not the same. But Cazador fed me rats and bugs. And when you're used to drinking from a sewer, even plonk is a marked improvement. Not at all. Blood is life essence. And some creatures have so much more life than others. Cazador gave me just enough to keep me, well, alive, for lack of a better word. But never more than that. Still, that was the past. I'll never have to grovel for him again. I don't intend to grovel before anyone. The Mind Flayers gave us power, but left us to our own devices. Whatever they had planned for us, they failed. And now I'm left with this gift. The strength to take my own freedom. I'm not afraid to use it. And you shouldn't be, either. Yes? I've already apologized. What more do you want? Unless you're looking for another nibble. No innocence. You have my word. Only villains that we need to kill anyway. After all, you know what I am now. I can fight with all my weapons. Teeth included. And if I happen to drain the occasional bandit during a fight, what's the harm? They're just as dead. As am I. I'm starting to feel a little peckish already. It's simple. Just find a vampire that will drink your blood and turn you into a vampire spawn. Their obedient puppet. In theory, the next step is to drink their blood. Once you've done that, you're free and a true vampire. People think the biggest threat to a vampire is a cleric with a stake. It's not. The biggest threat to a vampire is another vampire. They're scheming, paranoid, power-hungry beasts. So why would any vampire give up control over a spawn to create a competitor? Trust me, it doesn't happen. I won't lie. It's tempting. If I keep the tadpole, I risk transforming into a grotesque monster. If I lose the tadpole, Cazador has control of me, body and soul, and I return to the shadows. It's grim either way. So why not sell what's left of my soul to a devil? Better he has it than Cazador. Figuring out what's happening to us, confronting a god called the Absolute, and then finding time to kill my old master before he can control me once more? Yes, that's an option, but I wouldn't bet eternity on it. Darling, I thought you'd never ask. Lead on.
Keep moving, stranger. Quietly. I told you to go. Perhaps that's true. Your scent is sick with blood. Still, you should go. My friend is injured. He needs rest. Of course he will. And then we'll return home. He calls me Scratch. You can do the same. We were attacked. Cackling, furry things on two legs. And their smell, it was strange, rotten, evil.
You know the creatures he describes. Gnolls.
No, I won't leave him. If it comes to that, I may. Thank you.
Lads, for the love of all that is holy, I've never clapped eyes on your poor sister.
Drop the act, hag. You was the last to see Mayrina.
Just let her go. Please.
Thank goodness you're here, sweetie. I don't know what's come over these boys.
Stop this. We won't ask again.
Bollocks. You were supposed to rush to my defense, love. Fat lot of good you are. Some advice? You ever darken my door, you'd best have that head bowed and an apology at the ready. Bye-bye now.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Mom, Joel, Mayrina, and soon a niece. My sister went to Ethel. Husband died. Wants him back. Because what Mayrina wants, only Hag can give. Hags play with their food. Don't drink the water.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
Kill the hag. She's scared she won't be a good mom, but she will. I know it. The note. Apples. So red. So delicious, but with pitchforks. Stupid. Joel, cattle farmer.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions. A chill runs up your spine. You feel like you're being watched. The place has a quiet sense of calm. You can't see anything strange. The sheep's voice warbles. You realize it's trying to say "bar." The smell of rot assaults your senses as the illusion vanishes. A diminutive creature sporting a red hat glares at you. He seems unaware that his illusion has failed. That noise? Is the creature pretending to be a sheep?
Ah, stranger. Forgive the aroma.
You catch a waft of something foul, metallic, and sickly sweet.
Powdered iron vine. An old hunter's trick. Most monsters will think twice before making a meal of me.
You're a monster hunter? I'm surprised. I thought all Ger were vagrant cutthroats.
And more. We steal chickens, curse your crops, seduce your daughters, the list goes on. I wish I had half the power settled folk think my people possess. Alas, I am a simple wanderer. A simple wanderer and monster hunter. But I'm no witch doctor or cutthroat.
Something terrifying, no doubt. Dragon? Cyclops? Kobold?
Nothing so dramatic. I'm hunting for a vampire spawn. His name is Astarion, but I fear he's gone to ground. I hope the hag of these lands can help me flush him out, if I can afford her blood price.
I don't know. I'm sure a vampire spawn could still rip out your throat if he felt like it.
He is right, unfortunately. They are only weak when compared to their masters. During the day, we have the advantage, but at night, when they hunt, you'll not find a more deadly quarry.
We've all survived so far. Let's focus on that.
It would still be wise to post guards at night. The threat is real.
Indeed it is. We should do something about this threat. Excellent.
The vampire? It can't be.
Ha!
I won't give in.
Need to stay focused.
Let's turn someone inside out.
A critical step.
Can't give up.
I have a lot on my mind. And, well, in it.
A sage choice. Astarion's skills serve us well. A pity I won't get to see him dragged off by his heels, though.
I'm standing right here, you know.
And where we can bisect him, should his tastes turn to gith blood.
A fetid smell assaults your nostrils. Dead flesh lies below. A great deal of it. The warm rush of power flows through you. You feel stronger, faster, better.
How delicious.
What now?
Who's next?
Another fight. Let's go. Still on my feet. Nothing important is ever easy.
This will do nicely.
Can't even catch my breath. These boots have seen everything.
Victory awaits.
Let's get going.
You're always a pleasure to watch. Every day you become stronger. Every night you grow. But you deserve even more.
Her fingers flex against her thigh, coiled with tension, longing.
Let me help you. Such an iron will. But you'll be ready soon enough. I'll give you a taste of what's to come. Your enemies will fall. The world will bow. You'll have everything you could ever desire. Just let me in.
It happened to you again, didn't it? Another dream. It was the same for me. I led an army, spilled a world full of blood, all for his embrace. I still feel the warmth of his touch, and the screams of those I slaughtered for him. Did you want it? What you saw? Me too. Whoever's doing this knows me well. They're the same. Blood and love are just different forms of power.
Those visions of yours, Shadowheart, they aren't dreams. They're projections. Illithid ones. The Tadpoles give us the power to bend others' wills, but using that power clearly comes at a price. Are we willing to pay it?
Perhaps it's time we stopped indulging in the more useful aspects of these parasites.
For once, she speaks sense. Whatever the parasite offers, deny it.
Agreed. These dreams are getting more vivid. We need to do what we can to resist them.
Well, hello. What can I do for you? Not anymore. Which is all that matters, really. I didn't do anything. I was kidnapped, just like you. It seems Cazador wants me back. Cazador Zar is a vampire lord in Baldur's Gate, the patriarch of his coven and a monster obsessed with power. He turned me nearly 200 years ago. I became his spawn, and he became my tormentor. It was him, I'm sure. Only he would know to send the Gur after me. It was a group of Gur that attacked me that night in Baldur's Gate. I would have died had Cazador not appeared and saved me. I think you'll find I can. And there's nothing your bleeding heart can do to change my mind. Well, he didn't mention the slave clause at the time. And now he sends a Gur monster hunter for me. It's a message. He's reminding me of his power. Even in the middle of nowhere, he can reach me. And he wants me back. Maybe he wants to make an example of me, to show what happens to runaways. Or maybe he thinks death is too good for me. Concerned? Do you know the power Vampire Lord possesses? He can change shape, turn into mist, call wolves to do his bidding, shrug off blows like they're nothing. He could walk into our camp tonight and kill you with his bare hands. And you'd be lucky if death was the worst thing that happened to you. First, we have to... I don't know. If we kill his lackeys, he'll just send more. We just have to be vigilant, keep our wits about us, and kill any monster hunters on sight. Why do you insist on exhuming the past? I was a slave. A vampire spawn. Kept by the Tsar family. Perhaps I still am. I was never able to resist their commands. But now, I've been conveniently lost. They won't ever control me again.
The nights have been restless, but you don't look any worse the wear. Holding steady? A scent that strong will stay with you. I suppose that's the point. The lure of something more pleasure, more power. I know it too well. A kiss, a touch, a victory, minor gifts with bigger ones always to come. My advice? When a tempting stranger offers you sweets, deny them. There's no cure for the poison inside.
Speak. It is a certainty. I had assumed our parasites served a Geich elder, but I believe they serve a greater master still. An elder brain. It lives without body, without armor, save the brine pool it inhabits. To split one apart is a Githyanki's great pleasure. To die to its mind blast, a Githyanki's dread. Many would nigh lose their minds just to near one. Even, well, most would and have.
I suppose you want to hear about Cazador. My old master. Before the Mind Flayers took me from him. Before this strange, twisted freedom. Cazador Zar is a vampire lord in Baldur's Gate. The patriarch of his coven and a monster obsessed with power. Not political power or military power, I mean power over people. The power to control them completely. He turned me nearly 200 years ago. I became his spawn, and he became my tormentor. A vampire's spawn is less than a slave. They're a puppet. We have no choice but to obey our master's commands. They speak, and our bodies react. It's all part of the deal. Sometimes he'd order us to submit torture. Sometimes he'd have us torture ourselves. Whatever his weather-vane mood settled on. I will. But I won't take it for granted. The Mind Flayers aren't the only monsters out there. They're not even the only ones hunting us. All I'm asking is that you keep your eyes open and watch out for anything lurking in the shadows. What more could I ask? Now, is that all?
Hope you're keeping well, friend.
Master,
friend. I stayed with him until I knew he was gone. I'll never forget him. But I'm glad to have met you. Oh, thank you. That's nice. Oh, thank you. That's nice.
Every breath, a purpose.
Whatever comes, I'm ready. Might as well help myself.
Where do I go from here? You've made a grave mistake. I need a little extra edge.
Vlaakith Kasivim Crashhead. I will take every advantage.
I feel alive. Don't linger. Add a little bite.
Darkness, protect me. On my way.
Vlaakith Kasivim Crashhead. An odd tree. That note to Kagha mentioned something like this.
Shall we cut and run?
Talk to me.
My path be true.
There's blood in the air.
No time to rest.
Away. I have no more need of you.
What?
That damn nose of yours has gone poking in our business.
Mistress Ollerton, I can explain.
Shh. No need. It couldn't be helped.
Kagha! What is the meaning of this?
You think yourself quite the spy, don't you? Go on, tell him. You declined the honor. Very well. Alson's always welcomed untouchables to your midst. Defiled the grove for the sake of harmony. We've come from Cloakwood to correct his mistakes.
Cloakwood? Shadow Druids? Kagha, have you lost your mind?
Ollerton speaks truth. Do you disagree? Would you see this grove in ruin?
The choice is made. Kagha, burn the tainted away. Start with the snitch.
As you say, Ollerton. No! You don't know what you say! In shadow, we are purified!
Kagha's voice breaks and her lips tremble. She heard reason in your words.
When the darkest hour fell, it was us that brought light. Sylvanas demands we illuminate shadow, not hide within it. How was I so blind?
Careful, Kagha. The shadows don't forgive.
I belong to the shadows no longer. You've no power over me.
You would question my power. Mother Earth, hear me. Grant me your wrath. Oh!
Non movere!
Coming through.
What fools these mortals be.
Take you.
Death is but a word away.
Imperativi.
Take your own.
The witching hour.
Wrath thought me a danger. Seems I've proven him right. I betrayed Sylvanas himself, led the circle to shadow. We will stop the rite, and I will stand trial. My fate lies with the Tree Father. May he have mercy. We will grant them safe harbor until they depart. Meanwhile, help us contend with the goblins. Perhaps we can dissuade them from attacking. It began with a letter. There was no messenger, it simply appeared. Olladin came soon after. An army was coming, she said. Goblins, drow, and more still. Legions upon legions. The druids of Cloakwood knew the dangers this would bring. They ordained that all circles cast the rite to shelter from the storm. Olladin taught me to harness the Tree Father's power to wall us in. In return, well, you know the rest. I would turn the grove over to them. I won't forget the wounds I've inflicted. I pray Halsin returns to heal them in full.
You have saved Kagha from herself. I cannot thank you enough.
There you are. I was just thinking about you. And that delicious moment we shared the other night. The very same. I've had this condition for 2 centuries, but truth be told, you were my first. In all these years, I've only ever fed on beasts. Drinking the blood of thinking creatures is a different thing entirely. You were delectable. And now I can't help but wonder how the others taste. Alas. It doesn't hurt to ponder the question, though. Take Gale, for example. He strikes me as someone whose blood is rich, refined, like well-aged brandy. But the Gith, what in the hells would she taste like? Oh. Well, that sounds very appealing. I'm almost convinced. Absolutely. A mere thought experiment. So, in the spirit of theoretical questions, if you had to take a bite from one of them, who would it be? Oh, I'm flattered. Who knew you had such taste? Unfortunately, all this talk is getting me hungry. I better find something I can actually sink my teeth into. There's nothing that tasty lurking out in the woods, but I'll make do. Sweet dreams.
I don't want a crumb left on that plate, girl.
Auntie Ethel, please. One more bite and this pie is gonna come back up to say hello.
Don't make me get the wooden spoon. You're eating for 2. So get to it. If it isn't the cheekiest pup of them all, you'd best have one hells of an apology for me, young lady. How shocking. Another barbarian with all brawn and no brains. You know, I was going to give you a swift kick up the arse and show you the door. But I think you and I could have a bit of fun together. Gods grant me patience. Eat up, Mayrina. I won't say it again. Keep that hole under your nose shut, or things will get messy.
You know what that sounds like to me? Leverage.
What is it? What's going on? That can't be true. Auntie Ethel.
They were being rude, and I detest rudeness.
You monster! The deal is off!
Enough, away with you. Blessed silence at last. Some time in the cage should do her good. And you'll regret sticking your nose in my business.
Onward.
The blade will not bend.
No gloom, all doom. With haste.
Tormentor! Tormentor!
Battle favors the fearless. 2 steps at a time.
On the move. No need to fight fair.
Best get going.
Oh, me head! Oh no. No. Why ain't I petrified? What? How am I still breathing? I've the bite. I wouldn't wish it on anyone. Your insides end up on the outside. Petrification stops the spread. I was on death's door, but now I feel great. How?
You detect traces of decaying magic within him, likely the cause of his disease.
But that doesn't make a lick of sense. The bite ain't magical. Unless that double-crossing, filthy, lying hag! She made me sick and then trapped me in stone for kicks! I left me wife, me kids behind for fear of infecting them. They were only babes. The stones know how old they are now. Only 'cause of you. I ain't got no way to repay you. No, what you've done for me and mine today won't be forgotten. Thank you.
Is the hag gone? God, tell me she's gone. Oh, please. May she burn in the 9 hells. The hag. There's never been a more vile creature. The things she did to me. I was a fool. I wanted to know my fate. I had a choice between 2 lives, and I was frightened of choosing wrong. I asked the hag to help me see what the future would hold. Got what I wished for, too. I saw my future self. A corpse, rotten with maggots. And everyone around me dead. Putrid and dead. A boring story. Stay or go. Marriage and kids, or a life of novelty. I lost my best years rather than just choose. Yes. I will. Thank you.
We need to leave. You're not supposed to be here. She'll be furious. I thought I was lost. Could feel my mind slipping away. If it weren't for you, I would have ended up like the others. Hollowed out and as good as dead. Sheer desperation. My mother's mind is gone. She's forgotten herself. I tried medicine, magic, prayer. I'd have begged Merkel himself if I thought he'd listen. Heard about this wise woman out in the back end of nowhere who could help. I knew it was too good to be true, but I didn't care. Home. To Baldur's Gate. This isn't over yet. She wasn't working alone. Fellow back in the city was working as bait. I'm going to find out how much he knows. It'd be good to see you again, if you're out that way. Alfsong Tavern's my local. You'll never pay for a drink there again.
Auntie will be awake soon. She'll be so angry. I'll tear your throat out!
Why is Auntie so quiet? I'm scared. There is no mask. Leave me alone!
Did something happen to Auntie? I can't feel her anymore. Very droll, madam. Most amusing. Auntie cannot die.
I'm so stupid. How could I have trusted her? I almost gave that monster my child. That's what she wanted, my baby. And God, I was going to do it. For him, my husband. She was going to bring him back. Bring Connor back to life. Connor would have done anything to save me. I had to do the same. I just wanted everything back. back the way it was. It's my own fault for letting her. Look, I don't like owing people. Here, this socket is worth some coin. Just look after it, all right? My husband gave it to me. I should take him home. His coffin is just upstairs. A decent burial is the least I can give him. Thank you. I don't think there's anyone else who would have saved me. Gods! Didn't hear you coming. I know I should head home, but I can't bring myself to leave. The thought of putting him in a wheelbarrow and making the journey all over again. Not even a little bit. But I will be. We were just kids when we met. I might have pushed him off a swing I wanted. He got right up and pushed me back. I was so surprised that I just laughed. He did too. We've barely spent a day apart since. What? You can?
You feel a surge of power from the wand. The air suddenly tastes acrid. It wants to be used.
Bring him back! Bring Connor back! Please! What? What's happening? Why is he still dead?
You feel something pull at you. The creature yearns for a master.
What have you done to him? Not permanent. Bits of him have fallen off. I wanted him back the way he was, not this. Connor? Connor! I don't even know if he's in there. But he might be. And if he is, I'll find him and bring him back. Thanks. But we'll need more than luck. A bloody miracle, more like it. I'll find a wizard or something. Maybe someone in Baldur's Gate can help us. Connor always said you can find anything in that city. Remember? And thank you, I guess. Come on, love. Let's go.
Hags really do redefine depravity, don't they? A promise kept in the cruelest of ways. A loved one returned, undead. A promise kept in the cruelest of ways. A loved one returned, undead. We don't always choose the roles we play. All we can do is perform them to the best of our ability. Can't say I'm very enthusiastic, though, about the extra you just cast.
The dog holds a well-chewed ball in his mouth.
All right. It's only fair that you enjoy it too. But if you feel like throwing it, I wouldn't mind that at all. Oh, thank you. That's nice.
Very well.
So, we've found an artifact rife with magic. It's just the thing I need. May I? I will consume the magic inside. What was a powerful artifact will be rendered no more than a trinket. But it will save my life, even if only temporarily. Thank you. I can feel the storm abating. Yes, this will keep my condition in check. For a precious while. It's hard to predict the effect any given artifact has. But my condition is hardly a patient one. Rather soon I will feel it stir again. Like a distant thunder sending tremors through the soul. I will need to consume another artifact before the lightning strikes. There's no choice but to find more. In the meantime, my thanks again. My lady, I bow to your boundless kindness.
Hello and welcome to Bogrot. Now, kindly, giz all your stuff.
As the symbol glows, power courses through you. Authority.
A true soul. Right. Welcome to Bogrot.
A shadow swims across your vision, and a familiar voice tells you to be calm. You are loved.
Or whatever you want to call it. It's your town now.
Wake up.
Your face aches, like your jaw's been wrenched asunder. Your tongue is lead, skull eager to burst.
Why won't you let me in? Can't you feel what's happening? How dare you? After everything I've sacrificed to get us this far, I don't want to rip you apart, darling. I want us to be together.
Nausea twists your stomach, but it's hunger, not revulsion. Something inside you clamors for blood, for death, and only the tear of flesh will do. It wants her.
Now, don't struggle. This is what was meant to be. And soon we'll have everything. I can't wait to see you again.
Don't tell me. Another dream. And this one was more intense. One of us goes messing in heads and the brain bug gets cranky. Sure as snow in deep winter. You made a promise. I thought I could count on your word.
We don't understand these powers. I had hoped you'd have more sense than to use them.
You were a fool to invite the geek into our minds. Have you so little respect?
Apology accepted. But next time you get the urge, think it through. Even the blade's got his limits.
Tastes like chicken. No chicken. Tastes like fish. Gentlemen, contain yourselves. This quarrel sours our feast. Besides, tastes like pork. And what surprise is this? Brothers, look here. I have eyed yet another prize. Fortune favors our bellies. Stranger, be you friend or food, the mark is her measure. Show us the brand of the absolute. No one has food today, alas. It seems we are friends. Friend. I've no use for the Absolute, or any god. I follow two masters only, gluttony and greed. The goblins understand my appetites. They sate my hunger for gold. And the rest sate my hunger for meat. Boss goblin give gold. We check brand. Good deal. No talk. Am I not astonishing? A robust diet makes for a shrewd mind, you see. I am a gourmand. And you, a delicacy. Unless you bear the mark, of course. We follow the sense of blood and gold to all lands fertile, friend. And this land proves particularly fruitful. I am, by all accounts, a student of higher commerce and extortion. Make me an offer. Tempt me. Come now. Famished though we are friends, are we not? Take my bone horn. One blow and the ground will quake with my family name. Use it when the need arises, and never a moment before. Ogre kill everyone around, then Ogre eats them. Well spoken, indeed. Ogre kill everyone around. We will keep close. When you are ready, sound the horn.
The tiefling's corpse stirs with the spell. You realize the tiefling's body has been torn open by huge hands.
Strange warriors. Gold. Skin. Silver blades. Quick of foot, this one, to avoid Githyanki hunters.
Mountains, road, gate. Ogres, hungry, bloodied, screams. Elturel, Zoru, friend. True sight, no coin.
Shadowheart's attention is fixed upon the contents of an old journal.
We should keep moving. Nothing. The trick of the light. But something tells me there might be a solution to some of our problems hiding in this wilderness. There's signs there was a conflict around here, some time ago, and different to what we've seen so far. Conflict needs opposing sides. Whoever they were, they must have had resources. A little investigating could turn up something of interest. Let's go. You're not going to let this go, are you? I worship Shah, the mistress of the night. The events in this diary sound like the handiwork of my brothers and sisters. Now that you have the truth, please don't make a big fuss about it.
The goddess of secrets. How telling.
True. I didn't think you'd react so pragmatically. Perhaps I should have told you sooner. The trail's long cold, but perhaps. We can discuss this later. Let's go.
Hey! Up here! Let me down! Keep chirping, birdie! It's music to my... Well, I'll be me old friend, Captain Failure. You! Sing for me, Roach. Tell me everything you know. I know you ain't seeing much out of that eye pebble of yours. And there's an army of us, and just a couple of you. So you ain't the one gonna be asking questions.
Your parasite burns in concert with Wyll's, paralyzing rage and a hunger for answers.
Stand with me, mate. Knock him out, but keep him breathing. I've got some questions to ask. And I'll burn the answers from his shite-stained throat.
Your man ain't tell ya Spike clobbered his noggin and nicked his eye? I's the one holding his head. Nice to see you, Captain. Thought you'd burnt with the other corpses.
Gods damn you! You will point me to Spike, and then I will make you suffer! The gnome will survive. This cockroach comes first.
Look at that! The captain grew some bollocks! Stop! I give up! Mercy, please! I know things. If you let me live, I'll make it worth your while. I promise.
Let me do the talking.
The goblin's snivelling makes your blood boil. You could give in to the rage and end the wicked little maggot in one strike. But Wyll badly wants to speak to him. Your head aches as rage fights against reason. The veil of rage wavers. Your blood seems to cool in your veins.
Spike, the bruiser. Where is he? The camp. Eastways. Spike's probably getting his jollies in the torture cell.
Perfect. That's what I needed. Kill it.
No!
Never a dull moment.
Stop this thing!
Dead. The roach deserved no better. Come on. It's time we get to that goblin camp. I need to pay Spike a visit. And may the gods take pity on the men and monsters who would stand in my way. Spike's the goblin that ripped my eye out, and I've got reason to think he's holed up in their camp. Damn right I'm going after him. Insects must be exterminated. You want the full measure of the blade? Take me to Spike. All will be laid bare.
Cut me loose! Free me and find out! Ugh. BAAAaa. Those pustulant thugs. Well, get on with it. You saved me. Now you'll extort me. That's how this works, yes? My own fault, really. I should have dropped my pack and outrun those bastards. Alas. Take my pack, if you can find it. The only reason those goblins caught me was its weight. I'll travel lightly from now on. Ignorance is alive and well, it seems. Deep gnomes aren't restricted to the Underdark, you know. I've lived in Baldur's Gate for years. I'm in search of a friend. I fear he's in trouble. See this? I gave it to him years ago before I left home. I found it around the neck of a thug in the lower city. It was speckled with blood. My friend, nowhere to be found. But I still have hope. I have reason to believe he's in the Underdark. Hopefully I'll pick up his trail from there. I always help my friends. On that note, I bid thee farewell. If we should meet again, well, we will have met again.
May the darkness protect you. I don't know. Something to do with the tadpole, who's to say? Another mystery to add to the pile. Very. It wanted to lash out at you. Luckily, I was there to stop it and save your life. Anything else? We don't know how this works, not really. Maybe it varies a little, person to person. Don't worry. It won't matter once we find a cure. And if we don't find one, well, we'll be past our worries then. I'm sure you do. But please try to understand that it's not something I can just talk about freely. Very well. Perhaps there's potential in you. Let's see how you handle this. I am indeed a disciple of Shah, Mistress of the Night and Lady of Loss. I assume you've heard of her? Curious. Most are afraid of my lady. Perhaps you'll turn out to be a worthy companion after all.
Take one. Dragon's breath brandy. Puts hair on your bones. Sorry about all that. Back at the windmill, I mean. I lost my head. You ever felt so much hate it poisoned your blood? Then you've known the sickness that spreads through me. I crossed paths with Spike a few years back. He had torched the whole village, left it to burn. I wasn't a blade then, just a kid, really. Should have known better than to run hollering after a goblin bruiser on a rage high. You better take another sip of that brandy. Down the hatch. Spike went right for the eye. Last thing I saw was the dagger coming at me, woke in a puddle of piss and blood. I reckon he thought I was dead. I wasn't dead. From anger and sorrow, I was reborn. I was the blade of frontiers. I will see Spike dead. I will see the land cleansed, and I will keep its people safe. Death to all goblins. I'll drink to that.
Now, quietly.
Strength in silence.
With every breath, a purpose. In Flacket's eyes only.
Shall we? On the prowl.
Oh, hells.
Waiting with bated breath. Swift and lethal.
Eyes open, mouth shut.
Does this count as adventuring?
I will ascend. Taking position.
Time to push my luck again.
Forever dauntless.
Et alibi.
With pleasure.
Make way. Come on, can't stay idle.
The blade will not bend.
On the move. No choice but to keep going.
The blade will not bend. No time to waste.
You bow, or you break. Nothing important is ever easy. Death won't take me yet.
Go!
Ha ha ha!
Still breathing, despite everything. All right, what now?
Looking at something. The only benefit to a mirror when you have my condition, it doesn't quite make up for the lack of a reflection, mind you. Preening in the looking glass. Petty vanity. Of course I miss it. I've never even seen this face. Not since it grew fangs and my eyes turned red. I don't know. I can't remember. My face is just some dark shape in my past. Another thing I've lost. What? I want to know what the world sees when it looks at me. What you see. Oh. Go on. Very good. Now just tell me I'm beautiful and we can call it a day. How dare you? I thought we had something special. Still, you're nice too. I better get some beauty sleep. It seems I need it if I'm to catch up with the competition.
Speak your name. I know my master's face. You are not Ilintoth. If you are his ally, step forward and declare it.
No! A well-guarded laboratory. What were they hiding down here?
The book is locked tight with no visible keyhole, only an oval recess in the cover's mouth. You try to examine the book, but the longer you stare, the more those piercing amethyst eyes draw you in.
A cursed book. How obvious. Whoever opens it deserves the fate that befalls them.
That looks terribly heavy. Why don't you let me carry it for you?
How about you just leave it where you found it and we saunter away?
Excellent.
You don't know what he read, but it had an effect. His eyes are hungry, but pained.
Well, quite the page turner. I'll get back to it when I have more time to focus. Come on, come on. What are you hiding? Can you summon the dead? Bring them back. Can you... Oh, can you shut up and let me read? No, I won't kill them. Well, maybe Wyll. I can't. I won't. No! Stop! Let me go! Hello. A unique read, certainly. A tome of necromancy guarded by spirits. I barely opened it when they started whispering from the shadows. Now, every time I open it, the voices surge back into my mind. I can't reason with them. They exist to protect that book. Maybe. Maybe not. It's hard to know what's lurking in here. Someone went through a lot of trouble to protect this tome. It has to be something more than a book of cantrips. Still, I doubt this will help us with our parascience. Maybe it's better to put it aside for now. It's a book of necromancy, full of secrets about controlling the dead, returning the dead to life, and who knows what else. Whatever's in here, it might give me an edge over Cazador. Or free me from him entirely. Although I can't make any progress as long as those spirits remember their mission. It seems to be all they know. Still, if nothing else, maybe I can beat Cazador to death with it.
Hold up! One more step and I'll put a bolt through your eye! No sudden movements or you're dead. You looking for me? Hurt or not, I won't miss. Lung, heart, arse, or eye. Take your pick. Tell me what you're doing here. Now. If you bite as hard as you bark, we might get along. I might even have a job for you. I'm in a tight spot. I might not be able to get out of it alone. All right. Come on over here. But fair warning, you might find this hard to believe. I'm a fugitive. I escaped the Hells, and the bastards who are holding me there are trying to take me back. Really? You're serious?
As she winces, agony shoots through you, as if your bodies share the same wound. Then you're lost in visions of demonic armies as you tear through a landscape of fire and blood. The Blood War. You saw it from above as the Nautiloid passed through Avernus. This woman was on the front line.
Starka! What was that? You were inside my head. Hold on a minute. You were on that ship. With the tentacles and the worms. I didn't think anyone else had survived. I boarded in Avernus. That ship was my way out. You're lucky I did. The place would have been crawling with cultists if I'd stuck around. And they'd have dragged us all back to Avernus. I was a prisoner, forced to fight in the Blood War, the eternal battle between bad and worse. Most souls in Avernus are just meat for the grinder, but not me. I held my own. More than. Turns out that I've got a knack for killing demons. And I enjoy it. And that made me a valuable asset. Devils don't like to lose their assets. Yeah. Can you handle it? Fuck yes! They cornered me in the toll house just up the hill. Doubt they've gone far after the beating I gave them. I'd come with you just to see them bleed, but I'm too busy bleeding myself. I'll be here when you're done.
At ease, friend. The gnolls hit us hard, but this place is still safe. It's under Tyr's protection. Good. Do you have courage to go with that confidence? Because we could use the help of brave souls. We're paladins of Tyr, sworn to protect those in need. He sent us here to hunt a devil. Kill the fiend for us, and we'll reward you well. I wish we could, but we've been hunting for more than a 10-day without rest. It doesn't matter who strikes the killing blow as long as justice is done. She has the form of a tiefling, with a single horn, but she's an infernal being, straight out of the 9 hells.
You recognize the description, the wounded tiefling you met by the river.
She slaughtered countless refugees. Yesterday she butchered an entire family. The mother had been pregnant. I don't know what she told you, but you've picked the wrong side. She'll join you in the hells when we find her.
Mundus varte kipi.
I know just what to do.
Nothing will stand in my way.
On the move.
Be quick. Yes, here.
Dissolve.
What now?
Swift and lethal. My path be true.
Is that blood? No, never mind.
Did you get the bastards? For now, but thank you.
Her mind touches yours. Gratitude, warmth, and relief. Then a light, sharper than the truest blade, brighter than a star. It fills you with awe, forcing you to your knees. And from within, a winged figure steps forward, graceful and terrible. She places her hand on your cheek and smiles as she carves her name across your chest.
Kua ad vos non petrica. Lucky you. It's the devil's tongue. Infernal. Good for cursing and counting. Not so good for small talk. Zariel. Fallen lady. Defiled celestial. Ruler of Avernus. I was her prisoner. And her champion. She tried to break me. The paladins you killed were acting on her orders. She'll send more. And worse. Oh, I'm counting on it. I'll be ready for her. And the first step is to go home. To Baldur's Gate. I've got a score to settle. Politicians. The fuckers who sent me to hell in the first place. My advice? Stay away from the city. When I catch up with them, the streets will run red.
Go ahead. I'm listening. That is most gratifying to hear. May I? Thank you. Gods. It's like a draught of cool water soothing a parched throat. Welcome and wonderful. There was a lot of magic in this artifact. I can't quite remember a time I felt so peaceful inside. It's good to perceive this constant fear repressed into a quiet scare. Let's hope it'll last a good long while. And I'm impressed once more by your benevolence. I say that with great sincerity. Mere days have passed since our first acquaintance, but you've gained the respect of years. As such, I do not wish to give you false hope. We're only treating the symptoms, not the cause. That said, this newfound calm I'm experiencing gives me reason to accept without prejudice a certain degree of optimism. Time is a precious gift. With time, we may even reach Baldur's Gate, a city rife with magic, wizards, scholars, and perhaps solutions. And here's to your company. Oh, I can picture it now. Academies, libraries, laboratories, the assembled knowledge of centuries that may just set us free. Better yet, soft beds, home-cooked meals, and all the other little luxuries this wilderness so brashly denies us. Gods, I'd pay a king's ransom for a hot, lavender-scented bath. Minstrels serenading as I close my eyes and let the water's warmth dissolve all woes. Plenty to look forward to.
Best be on my way.
Keeping quiet.
With every breath, a purpose, not one false move.
I've missed this. Ha!
Time to press ahead.
Make way!
Shall we cut and run? Shall we dance? Let's go. Ha! Ha! Step quick.
On the move.
Shouldn't have wished to live. What's that?
By the gods, you're a sweet sight. Are any of my crew still alive out there? This whole journey's been one grim sight after another. Gnolls, goblins, drow. Risen Road's more dangerous than ever. You're the first friendly face we've seen since Eltergard. We're bound for Baldur's Gate. Got some cargo to deliver. But we've a stop to make along the way. Thanks, but that won't be necessary. We'll find help at Joaquin's Rest. Listen, you look like you know how to handle yourself. You should meet my associates. We've got our own drinking spot by the tavern. Invitation only. Tell the fellow on the door, Little Serpent, Long Shadow. He'll take good care of you. Aye, the whole reason we're in this mess. Trinkets for some rich tosser in Baldur's Gate. He gets his shiny baubles. We get a handful of taranths.
Taranths are the currency of the Zhentarim, a network of merchants and mercenaries with few scruples.
You know who we are. Very clever. Then you probably also know it's not smart to interfere with Zhent business. This is the point when a clever lass like you accepts my gratitude and walks away.
Keep pushing! The Duke could be inside! On count of 3! 1, 2!
Yeva? What in the hell's happened?
Goblins happened, Wyll! Now make yourself useful! Push, damn it! Push! Ugh, worthless as ever. Go see if there's another way in!
This is...
The Grand Duke could be inside! Don't just stand there! Push! Goblins and drow happened. Now push, damn it! Grand Duke Ravengard of Baldur's Gate! He could be trapped! Help us get through! Inside, hurry! We don't have much time.
Swift as my feet can carry me.
God, it's a furnace in here.
The heat coming off that door. Opening it could spell trouble.
Walking!
We had trapped inside!
Come! I'm afraid proper thanks must wait. Fresh air. At last. Your boldness is a blessing. I'm in your debt.
Counselor, are you all right?
It takes more than mere fire to break me, Yeva. Now listen close, Fist. Duty calls. Drow have taken Grand Duke Alder Ravengard westward, if my eyes and ears can be believed. Gauntlet, report to the Manip and send for reinforcements. We must find the Duke.
On your command, Counselor.
The rest of you, count the dead. Take word of their sacrifice to this city. And you, I must ask again for your aid. Please, Rescue Ravengard from his drow captors. The council will reward you for your effort. May I trust you'll see it through?
I know Ravengard. The heart of a dragon.
Then you've much in common with him, Blade. For the Duke's sake, I hope you'll lend me your talents. The invisible force holding Baldur's Gate together. Without him, the city's collapse is certain. I fear that may have been the intention of those who abducted him. Isn't it clear? You travel with the Blade. Who might I trust, if not a legend? Thank you. And should your courage falter, remember the Duke's generosity. Go. You should pick up the drow trail with ease. I will seek reinforcements and join you when I can. Fist, to work.
Counselor, you mustn't trust this so-called Blade of Frontiers. He'll talk himself up, weave a nice tale. But I know the truth. And truth is, he's no hero.
Seems the legendary Blade is showing some tarnish.
I said, to work!
These boots have seen everything.
That's Yeva for you. Always had to insist on the last word. The gauntlet never did have much use for me. Can't say I blame her. My father had connections. Got me assigned to a fist outfit. Wasn't much of a fighter back then. Just a thorn in their backsides. It wasn't a good fit. Gauntlet Yeva knew a different Wyll. One who could barely tell a sword from a swallow. But I don't plan on making that Grand Duke Ravengard's problem. The Blade's been called to action. There's no turning back now.
You spot a man crouching between the shelves, just as he spots you.
Bugger! Oh, Helm's Orbs! I thought you were Flaming Fist. Well, down you go then. They'll be on us soon, so if you're looking to trade, you best be quick. Entrance is hidden behind the wardrobe. Here's the key.
That's far enough. What's your business down here? Answer honestly and maybe we'll kill you clean.
Hold on, that's the lass who saved us from the gnolls. Let her in.
You revealed our location. That tongue gets any looser, Rugen, I'll cut it out. Come down then. Seems you're a friend of the family. I owe you one for saving my people. The Zhentarim look out for their own. Even if it's Rugen. That's worth some coin. And my thanks. Our trader can show you some of our more exotic items now. But don't delay. This place is likely to be rubble soon. Someone kidnapped a duke. Right on our bloody doorstep. The Flaming Fist will need someone to blame. I don't plan on it being us.
That drink I promised will have to wait. We're moving out. The elf song's my local. Look me up if you're in the city.
What are you doing? Hold up before they see you, Gresham! Got more important things to watch than my harassing tongue. Look! That lot are swarming all over the bridge. I don't know what they want, but it can't be good. I'm going to find another way around. You ought to do the same. I doubt a fight against them would go your way. What? Just follow you around? I go my own way. Alone. Nobody Just another harassing fool trying to stay alive. There's plenty of us around.
Drop your weapons!
I'll feed your innards to the ants before I do that, Istik.
This is your last chance!
No, look up. That was your last chance, Istik. Now burn!
Stop wasting time, Beretta. You're not here to play with the locals.
Of course, Kithrak. We merely sought to—
No excuses. Question, kill, then move on. Find the weapon. Our queen watches us. Fail her at your peril.
A red dragon. I envy its knight. Would that I rode such a steed. A crash must be near. Come, my kin await. The dragons serve Githyanki. I'll see it does you no harm. Follow me. We are close to the cure we seek. Kithrak, we must speak. Ryder, my time is short. Lead me to—
Shh. Such a familiar tone. Were I not merciful, I would slice the skin clean from your meat. Yet you are not bleeding. For I am nothing if not merciful. Your name, child.
Lae'zel.
Lae'zel. Proud. Regal, even. A Gaich vessel has fallen from the sky, Lae'zel. Thieves aboard have taken a weapon most precious. It is polyhedric in shape and inscripted with the sacred runes of our people. Take word to your creche. You are to join our search. Speak up, child. Affirm your mandate.
Chuk. My mandate, honored Kithrak, is to locate this creche. I was infected aboard a Gaich ship and need to be purified. Your mandate is to aid me.
Purified? Soon your skin will go grey, and your blood will run silver. You will shed your skin to become Gaich. Only in death are the infected cleansed. But you were on the Nautiloid. You possess what I seek. You will give it to us. Then you will bend your head for the sword.
Stand down, knight. I do not have what you seek.
Our queen's word binds me. Beretta, see that her skull is split and the tadpole crushed. Then examine her corpse. I will take word to the others. Our quest has ended. To Danos! To the sky!
Mors Kerta!
time to strike. No time to waste.
Go for the throat.
Battle favors the fearless.
Insecure.
Imperativi.
Let's turn someone inside out.
Imperativi.
Vlaakith guide me.
I feel alive.
Imperativi.
Silentium! Inveniam viam!
My path be true.
There's blood in the air.
Can't slow down.
The deal is done. Shall we extend our contract? Is gold not the pilot of our world vessel? I am a proud glutton, and not just for meat. Consider it a deal, my morsel. You know my terms. Sound the horn when you are ready.
Skaketh, I have followed protocol. He does not speak for Vlaakith. This weapon must be powerful for a Kithrak to betray his own queen's children. He lies. I have devoted my life to my queen. I will be her chosen. It is my due. Search the bodies. We might find a way to the creche. And beware the skies. We are watched. A Githyanki slate. Give it here. Tirsu markings. Could this be...
Magical energy courses through the slate, then to Lae'zel. Your own body buzzes in resonance. A diagram glows before you. Its meaning is beyond your comprehension.
It is a map. Zoru did not lie. A creche lies beyond the mountain pass. Hurry forth. Purification is at hand.
Hear my voice. Obey my command.
The voice is irresistible. You recognize the overwhelming authority that you've used on others, only infinitely stronger. Your vision clouds, leaving you in a dark, featureless shadowscape. Nothingness in every direction. Then there are 3 figures before you. An armored male elf exuding power and command. A handsome younger man with a quick, easy smile. And a pale young woman with even paler eyes.
These are my chosen. They speak for me.
The visions fade and the voice falters as a strange energy swells around you. The many-sided artifact. Somehow you understand it's repelling the presence.
My power grows. My forces gather. The reckoning draws near.
Whatever power the artifact possesses, it shows no sign of it now.
What? A Kithrak demanded my head. He'd deny me a cure. How dare he speak my queen's name? How dare he dishonor her child? Yes, judicious counsel, and vexing given the source. I am a child of Gith. I will abide by protocol and seek the Kresh caretaker, as Vlaakith has taught. And then I will skewer the heretic with his own silver sword.
Shah's blessings upon you. I know. I felt it. Yes. No. I don't know. The artifact seems to have powers, and a will of its own. It protects us. I don't know how or why, but I'm glad. I felt it go from me to you. You need its help, just as it needs us. It's still just a box, after all.